So, thank you for joining us for part 3 of Alien Energy. That's what I'm going to call this series because it kind of started out with Alien Energy. Now we're kind of on to some other stuff. But I am here with
Carmen,
Carmen,
hello.
and she's asking me some questions. My name is Ruth Theresa. I have my own psychic business called One Inspiring Woman. So, Carmen is just here asking me some crazy alien questions involving Hawaii, North Carolina, and California. Where are we going next?
Yes.
Where are we going next? Okay.
Well, this is a good one. So, since we know that they are hidden at the area in LA for a new build, something they want to build themselves, I'm pretty sure they're not going to build homes again. So, with all the high tech or secret projects they have going on, will this be with the new AIs that are being built?
I do feel like there's an AI concepts to
Mm-hmm.
that. Kind of the way they're showing me is having warehouse buildings because
Mm-hmm.
it's like we want to change how people are living. It's one of those, especially people that want like to kind of cut the population of the world. It's one of
Mm-hmm.
those they want people in mass sections. We don't want you to have your own individual house where you have your house and your land and then your neighbor has their house and their land. If we could
Mm-hmm.
put that together and kind of like do warehouse, you know what I'm saying, almost like apartment complexes or whatever
Yes.
else. Like we want to mass put a whole bunch of people together and then, you know what I'm saying? So like we get people like 100,000 people could live in this huge area or they could live in this tiny little apartment complex.
Yeah. So, with the new AI coming around, I feel like that's going to be their center of attention is going to be in LA.
There I will say it will be in that area, and I do
Mm-hmm.
feel like kind of one of the interesting parts is, and for some reason they're showing me a number, and they were talking about like all the illegal aliens that have come across the border in the last 4 years, like all of the
Mm-hmm.
people, and kind of like the best of their ability to kind of break down where these people are from. And one of the numbers that was like really high, that really kind of just like one of those things that make you go, hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them were for Pakistan, and Pakistan is known for like producing high intelligence people
Mm-hmm.
that are really smart about not just AI but computers and all that kind of stuff. And the next number that was really high was China.
Oh yeah.
And Chinese people are like those people are like brilliantly smart in some interesting ways. But one of the interesting ones is like there was so many of them. It was like
Yes.
now, I do feel like the new president is kind of like squashing some of their stuff, and that's one of the reasons why they don't like him. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually kind of surprised that they didn't try to assassinate him again.
Oh yeah.
There were like 4 other failed attempts,
Mm-hmm.
and then there were like total of 16 that were planned.
Now, will the president end up knowing what the project's going to be for LA?
It's one of those like you would kind of hope that there would be like
Mm-hmm.
he would figure it out and everything else, but a lot of times like people like present things differently.
Keep
Like
it
if I
secret.
want to sell you on an idea of this, I'm going to only sell you on the good parts that you are really interested in. I'm not going to sell
Mm-hmm.
you on the parts that really like this part isn't the great for everybody else. So it's one of those they can be kind of like very different in that area. And I do feel like that is an area that the current president has kind of found some areas of like I'm not trusting people as much as I should or I did
Mm-hmm.
before, and now I'm kind of like I'm not trusting you. But I also feel like just like the way they're showing me is like Reagan had psychics on his side to kind of see through some of the stuff.
Oh, nice.
I feel like Trump has some maybe a few psychics on his side to give him some insight into what's going on.
Oh, that's very interesting because he has been seeing a lot more things that have been hidden, and he's signing off on a lot of things that have been hidden that's going to come to light. Mm-hmm.
There has been and things that like oh, you know, one of them, you know what I'm saying, is just like, oh, because this wasn't law, I can like literally sign this away. Because this is, you know what I'm saying, like, once you do the research,
Mm-hmm.
you can realize, like, oh, it's not like I need to go modify the law, which means it needs to go back to the House and the Senate and all that kind of stuff to change
Mm-hmm.
something. It's like, oh, I can just sign this away or I can change this. Boom, done.
Yes, I know he just signed off yesterday on giving out information to dig deeper to the JFK, what happened to him and what happened to Martin Luther King. So Something's hidden that he knows that he's going to bring to light, because now they're allowing us to go and check all that information.
No. You're saying that incorrectly. You're saying now they're going to allow us. No. They already know all the answers, but the answers are hidden.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to bring it into light
right.
for us to know.
So they're going to do it very slowly, because even like it's one of those, it's kind of like President Trump is in a place where he's kind of like, I'm trying to bring light and truth to what's going on. But it's one of those, the establishment who's been there for a long time hate him because he's not buyable.
Mm-hmm.
People can't buy him. He already has his own money. Like, I already got my own fundage. I don't need yours. It's not like, oh, I have $1,000. If you go mow my yard, I'll give you this.
Yes.
Okay. So, and it's one of those, and the people that he's bringing in are all truth sayers. You may not like their truth, but at least they're telling you the truth.
Exactly.
It's something then I can be like, okay, I get it in a way. So that's kind of the interesting part, is that Trump is a truth sayer. You may not like his truth, what he says, but he's telling you the truth. But RFK, all of those people are very much truth sayers. So I do feel like the truth is going to come out, but a lot of people don't want that truth to come out. And this is where we get into like some planetary mumbo jumbo of Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. Pluto is the planet of the underworld, things that we don't want to come out. And I don't mean like everybody has that junior high picture where you're going like, what was I thinking on this day? Like, oh my gosh. Not that sort of thing. It's kind of the things that we don't want people to find. Like, I could have done the right thing and I didn't, or I did this wrong, or whatever else. What's going to be coming out is that, like, that truth is going to be coming out. People are not ready for that truth to come out, or they don't want it out. Like, I lied to you and I don't want that truth to come out, or I did this and I don't want you to know what I did.
Yes.
And then the Aquarius energy is the way in which it comes out is going to be like, how do you know the truth? Where did you find the truth? Where, you know what I'm saying? Like, in odd, weird, unique ways of it coming forward. And I think in April, Pluto goes in retrograde in the sign of Aquarius for the first time in 240 years.
Oh my goodness, that's going to be a big blow.
So it already feels kind of like a little awkward for people that are really connected to either Pluto or Aquarius. It's kind of like the world is already kind of feeling like a little funky, like it's a little funky around here. Just wait till it goes into retrograde. It's like, no one's felt that. No one's felt that energy in 240 years. Ain't no one 240 years old. So no one on the earth has ever felt that energy of that energy coming out. Mercury in retrograde, we're like we know what to expect. This,
no.
And it's not that it's bad. It's just going to feel awkward or different. It's kind of like, okay, how do we do this?
Kind of rocky.
A little rocky, a little, and still, no matter what, you're going to see things during retrograde. You're going to see things like almost like stirring underneath the water and ready to pop up as soon as it's out of retrograde. So it's like during retrograde, things are still going to be coming up, not as much, but then it's like as soon as it's over, it's like boom, 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 boom. Here, a whole bunch of truth comes out. It's like,
now will the truth for the LA fires come out?
But it's already kind of coming out too. If you look,
are we getting hints?
We're getting hints around, but it's like there's like little hints all around, but you're not getting the whole story of things. Same thing with North Carolina. Same thing with Hawaii. You're getting hints of things that happen, but eventually all of that's going to come forward, and everybody behind it is going to be revealed.
Yes. And that's why I like to bring up with the AI, like we're getting hints from it, because when I went to Vegas, I did go to a dome where it shows you the video of the world.
Yeah.
It's like postcards is what it's called. And they actually have an AI robot there to introduce herself to y'all, to everybody, answer questions. But on the video, I noticed there was the world on fire, things on fire, which is what's happening right now in LA, and how AI is showing us the changes that are going to coming through.
Well, and that's kind of the weird part is there's a lot of changes that are coming through, but it's like you've had this agenda of certain people wanting it a certain way.
Yes.
And now that's starting to like shift and change because, and I think this is the cool part about this, is it's coming forward because we want to do the truth. Like we want the truth to come out. And that kind of takes us into more of the Pluto in retrograde and
Yes.
all of its energy.
No more blindsided.
No more
Now we're getting the
blindsided.
truth.
That's the way it goes. Okay.